Everybody, this is Mrs. Calhoun recording our first video for the Photoshop project that we're going to start with. So you need to log on to Photoshop and go to the File drop-down, Open, and you'll see on our Google Drive folder on Google Classroom, I put a link up at the top. If you go there, you'll see a link to a folder called avatars, which I've opened here on mine. Different files, and you're going to create your own little avatar based on different components here, which are different files. So you'll need to just scroll down to the bottom, I think is where they have the bodies. Just pick one, click on it, and then you're going to need to hold down Control to choose multiple files. So Control, I'm just going to do one of these hair things here. Control click. Let's see, and a face. You can also, you'll want to get a speech bubble because we'll be doing text. Speech bubble or thought bubble, then open. You should have multiple files chosen. Then you need to create a new basic file to put everything into when you assemble the parts. So go to File, New. And you can go under Print. That'll give you some basic options. So I'm just going to do letter size and click Create. It's going to be too big, but that'll give us some practice on cropping. So I'm going to keep it on my Move tool as the top left little double arrow thing there, and I'm going to click and drag into my new untitled folder. So you can see it's way too small, so I'm going to, or the file size is way too big for this little tiny small image, so I'm going to crop it down just enough that I can zoom in easily and see it. And then I'm going to do Control plus, that zooms in. Control minus zooms out. Control plus zooms in. Fill the screen. And now that I have something on here, I'm going to go up to File, Save As. And in your own, wherever you want to keep your files, you should title a folder with your name. Put your name in the avatar. So I'm going to do, this is Calhoun avatar1. And keep it as the Photoshop file. That's going to preserve all your layers. So save. OK for maximizing compatibility. So now I have two layers. I have a plain flat white background. I have my object is on another layer. You can see in the lower right hand corner there. So you'll just keep dragging over components. Make sure you get it on the Move tool. Drag over to your new big file here, and just you can click and drag everything in place. You can use the arrow keys if you want a more precise alignment on things. Once you've got used your files, like you've already dragged the component over, you just exit out on the top there. I've got my hair, I've got my body. Now I'm going to do my face here, clicking and dragging over. Okay, so that's a good start. So everyone needs to have that, and then you should label your layers. So you can see on the little eyeball here next to the layer sign on the lower right hand corner. If you click, you can see, okay, that was a face because I made it disappear and reappear. I'm going to double click there and write face. Okay, now on the next one, I see I've got hair. So double click. This way you can arrange the layers. You know right away what they are. Body. Body. Okay, face, hair, and body. Now if I rearrange them, you can see the hair can go behind. That changes the look of it. Put it back up. This is a hugely important thing to keep in your mind as you're working, the layers. Everything's on layers, and that's the power of Photoshop, is different layers, kind of like sheets of transparent or non-transparent paper on top of each other to control what you're seeing and how they interact with each other. So that's our start.